Hello and welcome to the opening bell. My name is Isaac, and in this video we will recap the stock market week of March 20th to March 24th, 2023. Let's get started. I am using the TD Bank Stock Market Simulator. The first stock that I am going to talk about is Marriott. I own 28 shares of Marriott, and I paid for it at a price of $169.33, and its last price before the closing bell on Friday, March 24th was $156.56, and I have a loss of $357.66 on Marriott. Here's the chart for Marriott. As we can see, it starts the week at a little more than $160. It's going to take a little upwards glance on March 21st, and we'll have a high at over $165, and it's going to start gradually going down, and it's going to go down to around $155, and we'll go sideways to end the week at $156.56. So some fluctuating prices for Marriott. It did start the week on a surge in stock price, but then plummeted down to end the week. The next stock that I am going to talk about is Disney. I own 130 shares of Disney, and I paid for it at a price of $106.14, and its last price was $94.08, and I have a loss of $1,567.33 on Disney. So Disney is my worst stock, and this has to do with the quantity that I own of Disney, and because of the large quantity, it caused a big plummet in the stock and loss. So not that good for Disney's, and not one of my best stocks. Here's the chart for Disney. As we can see, it starts the week at a little more than $93, and it's going to take a sideways note to start the week, and it's going to go straight up on a surge on March 21st to around $96 around here. It's going to take another sideways glance, a little dip. It's going to come back up, and it's going to go plummeting down to end the week at $94.08 on Disney. So it started the week on a surging note, and then it ended the week on a plummeting note. The next stock that I am going to talk about is Yum. I own 10 shares of Yum, and I paid for it at a price of $129.36, and the last price before the closing bell was $127.83. I have a loss of $15.30 on Yum, so not that big of a loss and not a profit at the same times, but so a pretty steady stock for me, Yum is, since I first bought it. Here's the chart for Yum. This has a lot to be sorted out. We're going to say that this has a lot of fluctuating prices. It will start the week a little less than $128. It's going to go down, up, and way up to around a high of over $129. Down, up, to end the week sideways. So a lot of fluctuating prices for Yum over the week. However, not that much change in from the start of the week till the end of the week in the range of prices. We started the week a little less than $128, and we ended the week a little less than $128. So it didn't have a lot of leaps or jumps or plummets or downfalls, but it did have a pretty fluctuating chart throughout this week. The next stock that I am going to talk about is Apple. This is the first of the tech stocks I'm going to talk about today. I own 20 shares of Apple, and I paid for it at a price of $147.80, and its last price was $160.25. I have a profit of $249 on Apple. It is my best stock that I own, and it has gone up a lot since I first bought it. And so Apple has been a lot on the green side since I first bought it, and it's been one of the best stocks. And this has to do with it is a tech stock, and we're going to talk about that later in this video. Here's the chart for Apple. As we can see, it starts the week at around $155. and it's going to go straight up on a surging note. It's going to come down a little bit, but it's going to crawl right up again, and it's going to end the week on a sideways note and we'll end the week at $160.25. So a really good week for Apple overall, and around like a $5 increase from the start of the week to the end of the week. So a really good week for Apple and for other tech stocks throughout the New York Stock Exchange, and we're going to talk about that later in this video. The last and final stock that I am going to talk about is Google. I own 15 shares of Google, and I paid for it at a price of $100.48, and its last price was $105.44, and I have a profit of $74.40 on Google. And it is one of the stocks I have profit on. I have two stocks I have profits on, Apple and Google, and they are both tech stocks. And back on Google, it's been one of my best stocks. It did have a point in time where it was always down, but recently it started climbing back up and having a lot of profits in stock value. Here's the chart for Google. As we can see, it starts the week at around $100. It is going to have a similar stock path as Apple did. It's going to start on a surging note, will come down a little bit, crawl back up again, and will end the week on a sideways note at $105.44. So around similar with Apple, a $5 increase in stock price for Google, and overall a really good week with inclined stock prices throughout the week. Your story of the week is in green this week. We are going to talk about major tech stocks and about the surges they have had. This first tech stock here is Apple. I do own Apple, and this other tech stock is Google, which I do own Google. And other tech stocks include, this is Microsoft, and this is Nvidia. And these are all 1 month charts that I have gotten. And these 1 month charts will show what happened in the past month for these stocks. You're going to see a surge in stock price for Apple, surge in stock price for Google, surge in stock price for Microsoft, and surge in stock price for Nvidia in large amounts. And this has to do with these stocks were not badly affected by the bankruptcy of Silicon Valley Bank and other banks that have filed for bankruptcy. So these stocks so investors piled their money into these stocks, which caused a lot of dramatic surges for these stocks. As we approach the end of March, it is important to remember that we are going into an earnings season, and quarterly earnings will be announced. These earnings may cause dramatic changes to stock prices across the New York Stock Exchange. Thank you for watching this recap of the stock market week of March 20th to March 24th, 2023. I hope you enjoyed the recap. I will continue posting stock market recaps weekly. Thanks.